Hi ladies, I'm Amanda Plevel. I'm Dr. Foodie with drfoodie.live and the Well Clinic Natural Source Centers. And we're going to talk about the belly today. So I've got my shirt all cropped up so that you can see what we're talking about. Belly is one of those areas that we are all so frustrated with, and that's what we work on when we go work out, right? So there are so many things that I didn't know about when I started working to add clarity to my belly region, especially after having babies. It's just one of those areas that's really hard, especially if you have an intestinal condition, especially if you've had any kind of traumas or surgeries. So I wanted to go over that a little bit with you because we may be working things in the wrong way. You may have seen my video in the past about diastasis rectus. And so how do we figure out if that's what we've got? How do we figure out if it's cortisol? How do we know if it's fat? How do we know if it's intestinal inflammation that's puffing us out? So bearing it all here so that we can figure this out for you, I'm going to show you a little trick. So one of the things that we see when we see a puffed out belly or a bigger belly, we automatically assume it's fat, and it's not always what it has to be. One of the biggest things you can do is drink water. Drink electrolyte water, drink coconut water. See if some of that deflates after that, because it could very well be that we're just retaining water, and you can see it in puffiness all over the belly. If you're having a lot of stress, if the body is stressed due to physical conditions or physical illnesses, you can be retaining the hormone of cortisol, which is going to place it around the belly and the thighs and the bum. And so it could be stress response. One of the tricks that I learned is, I thought, is it intestines that are, inflamed and pushing this out? Do I have enough muscle? Is it, am I having that severed diastasis rectus muscle? What are we going to do about that? So here's a little trick I learned. So you can stand here and try to suck it in as much as you want to, but it's not going to help you figure out how your muscle form is underneath. So if you take a deep breath, take a breath in, and then as you exhale, pull your belly button back to your spine. Now lean back, okay? What you're gonna be able to feel, it's a little hard to talk while I'm stressing the muscles here. You can push around and you can feel the entire wall of the abdominal muscles, and I can feel that the muscle walls are firm. And when I push in, look at that, you cannot see any indentation. However, when I get here, do you see how you can see that little pudgy indentation? I can feel the muscle underneath, but guess what? So this is a little circle of fat that we can work on. If you can feel the wall of the muscle, then you can pretty much know that you've got a good core muscle formation. You've also probably not got the diastasis rectus. You can tell then if it's fat that you gotta pinch and work on, or how do we know if it's intestines that are pushing out like that? If you can feel the wall of the muscle and it basically feels smooth, it's generally not going to be a lot of intestinal inflammation that's puffing it out. But you can tell because it'll be generally a circle right around this region. It'll feel like if I suck my ribs in here, it'll feel, if you see kind of a circle of a pouch here and a separation here, it's going to probably be inflammation from the belly and the intestines itself. So you're going to make sure that you are eliminating properly. You're going to make sure that you're drinking water. Another thing to pay attention to, those of us that have had C-sections, I've had an appendectomy. You can see where they went in, and also in my belly button. I'm going to try it a little closer here. One of the challenges that I have a C-section scar here, that appendectomy scar, and your body through trauma can develop adhesions. And so the skin can be attaching to the different tissues in the body. You can tell if that's the situation, and you can have adhesions happen for other traumas, for just lack of movement. And so the way to discover that is move your skin around, and if it can kind of float around on top of the fats or the muscles, probably not adhesions. However, I'm going to get a little closer here so you can see. Do you see how when I move this around, it basically stays stuck? They went right through my belly button. I have a huge adhesion that goes all the way around it. And so when I'm trying to flatten out that area of fat and turn this into muscle, that's really difficult with this adhesion. I also have adhesions down where the C-section scar is. Easy thing that you can do for that, go to a massage therapist. Tell them you want them to specifically work on these adhesions. You can go to see a kinesiologist. They're wonderful for helping those adhesions to release also. but you at home can also take and just grab some oil and massage the skin and go in circular motions all the way around your belly and help to free up those adhesions. You got to do it daily. It has to work away from the connection there that it's adhered to. Let's see, what was the other thing I was going to tell you about? If it's intestinal inflammation, another massage technique. Take a tennis ball, roll it, you kind of push it into your stomach because the curve of the ball will help to dig in and push in a little bit so that you can massage that tissue. If you've got intestinal inflammation, probably time to get some immune centers checked, probably time to look at those intestines, talk to your trusted healthcare provider and see if there are some conditions with the intestine that you could improve. It's probably also toning, not just the core muscles of the belly, but also the intestines. When I am helping somebody to balance their digestive system and we're working on improving those intestines through nutrition, we are always talking about toning the intestines. They also have to get toned too. The muscles surrounding the whole cage has to get toned as well. So there are definitely some toning muscle exercises that you can do. They're not core muscle exercises, those would help, but there are some deeper muscles that you can work also. We can talk about that in another video. You can email me or contact me on the drfoodie.live contact page. I hope that this sheds some light for you. Speaking of shedding some light, I live in Minnesota, no judging. We're gonna be a little white, that's just how it is. So I hope that sheds some light because I know that I get a lot of questions about why the tummy has some bulge. Hope that answers your questions. If not, contact us on drfoodie.live. We will see you again soon.